In today's session of Divorce Court, Sean Peterson says his marriage to wife Shantivia was ruined by the color of money.
This is over $3,000 worth of jewelry that I purchased that she took to the pawn shop just so she could buy an outfit.
So she's a shopaholic.
Yeah, I do go shopping. Yes, I do.
That's cutting it short, Your Honor.
What else would you call it?
The equivalent of Ivana Trump.
Well, Ivana Trump has money. You have that kind of money,
No,
Ms. Peterson?
he don't make enough money.
How often do you go?
How often I go to the mall? Maybe 3 times a month.
Ask her what's on sale. I bet you she can tell you that.
And when you go, how much are you spending?
Maybe $500.
And now Sean Peterson wants payback.
So you're saying she's trying to keep up with the Jones?
She's trying to surpass the Joneses, Your Honor.
Oh.
As he faces Shantivia Peterson in today's session of Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Sean Peterson versus Shantivia Peterson. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Peterson, I understand that you've been married for 6 years and you now want a divorce.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Your Honor, I've been married to this lady for 6 years, and it's like she takes all my money like she has a problem. She needs to be in a Betty Ford clinic for shopping. She's addicted to spending.
Betty Ford clinic is for alcohol.
Well, she needs to be there for spending money, buying clothes, going shopping, because as soon as I get my money, it's right out the door going to the mall.
So she's a shopaholic.
That's cutting it short, Your Honor.
What else would you call it?
I don't even think they have a word in the dictionary for it.
Is that bad?
No.
The equivalent of Ivana Trump.
Well, Ivana Trump has money. You have that kind of money,
No,
Ms. Peterson?
he don't make enough money.
Oh, that's what he's saying. He doesn't make enough. You spend it all.
Well, no, he doesn't make enough to pay the bills. That's what the whole thing narrows down to. He's not paying enough bills around. That's why we need a divorce.
So you're not taking the money? Oh, that's why you need a divorce, because he's not making enough money for you to pay your bills or for you to go shopping?
To pay our bills, to take care of our 3 kids.
Plus your shopping.
Well, I mean, I work hard every day myself, and he's the one that's not holding down a job. I believe I should be able to shop because I work every day, so I think I should be able to shop when I needs to or wants to.
Fashion show.
How often do you go?
How often I go to the mall? Maybe,
You skirted that.
maybe 3 times a month.
Your Honor,
3 times a month.
Your
And
Honor,
when you
try
go,
3
how much are you
times a
spending?
week.
I have 3 kids, so
He's saying you spend it on
me,
you.
on me.
Her. That's right. Your Honor.
Shoot, I know I can't. I don't spend that much. Maybe about out of a month, maybe $500.
Your Honor.
You spend $500 a month on yourself.
No, not just on myself. I also buy a
Yes.
lot of things in the house. Everything that's in that house, as far as wet knots and everything that's nice looking and things, I bought them because I like
not
to
true.
shop.
That's
And I
not
go to
true.
work for it.
That's
And the
not
reason
true.
why the bills are behind and I am upset is because I figure like this. Out
not
of
true, Your Honor.
Hold on a
the
second.
9 years we've been together, we have been married 6 of them. I have paid all the bills up until maybe like a year ago. I quit paying all the bills because I figure like this. If I'm going to be with someone and married to him, he should pay the bills at least. As long as I'm paying, okay, I put clothes on the kids' back. I was bringing in all the food till I decided I quit because his friends and everybody else was sitting at my house playing PlayStation all day.
So you decide that for your recreation, you go out and shop, and for his recreation, he plays PlayStation.
And if that's what he want to do, as long as I make my own money, he makes his own money to buy his PlayStation games.
So, Mr. Peterson, what about that? What your wife is saying is that, look, I think that a man's responsibility is to meet all the household expenses. All she's supposed to do, she's tired of it. She's paying for her children and
Babysitting
for
expenses?
herself, but you're supposed to meet the other household expenses. Is that too much to ask? Is that a fair trade-off? What's going on?
If that was the case, Your Honor, that might be true, but that is not the case. The case is that I've been taking care of most of the bills. When I get money, I take care of the necessity things, and then after that, anything else might work in. Now,
So the two of you can't figure out how to put your money together?
Now, this is no teamwork, Your Honor. I told you, if you just listen to her, I'm
After you get
supposed to
fed
take
up for a
everything. She
while,
put
you
all
don't
the
want to
weight
put any
on me.
teamwork. Ain't no teamwork. Why make a team when it's been going on for, we've been married 6 years. So now that I gave up a year ago, I don't feel like I should make a team with him because he's not a good enough team player for me. Because if he was a team player, I wouldn't have had to foot all the bills for so long.
So
And now
basically, you're saying that you got tired of carrying the load and you pushed it over to him.
Right, and see where he's going to take us.
He wants you to share the load.
Right, and I'm not sharing anymore.
What about that, Mr. Peterson? She said she did it all before. Now it's just your turn to do it.
If that's not true, Your Honor. I've been, when we were, like, a couple years ago, it was almost like 50-50. I was taking care of some stuff and she was, but most of the weight was on me because we were both on and off working. But now that most of the weight is all on me, she takes all of her money and spends it, and I have to handle all the business with mine. She takes jewelry and things that I bought, you know, just to take them to the pawn shop.
How do you buy jewelry? You're saying that all you do is pay all the bills.
Your Honor, I'm talking about with the money that I have left over. I do have money left over. I buy her jewelry, try to buy nice things for the house. She takes them to go sell them so she can go shopping with her girlfriend out at the mall.
No, pay bills. I pay bills
wait a
with
minute,
that money.
Are you telling me that you
She's constantly in the mall with her girlfriend. They always shopping. They go shopping 3-4 times a week. Her girlfriend, she's got a new guy, and she always got money, so she always trying to go shopping with her. When her girlfriend buy gym shoes, she got to buy them too. And
so you're saying she's trying to keep up with the Joneses?
She's trying to surpass the Joneses, Your Honor.
Oh. So the girlfriend's boyfriend has money.
Oh, yes. Money is just an understatement, but that's another story. And she's going shopping with her, not every day, but at least twice, maybe 3 times a week. And I have receipts, Your Honor. She'll take jewelry that I bought and just
all
pawn
of those are receipts for jewelry
for
that you
jewelry,
bought for
and
her?
actually some are missing, and this is over 7. This is over $3,000 worth of jewelry that I purchased that she took to the pawn shop just so she could buy an outfit. She's not gonna let her girlfriend look better than her.
No,
and they'll go out and buy outfits.
That jewelry right there, I pawned that to pay my bills.
Let me understand this carefully. You're saying to me that your wife has such a shopping demon,
yes,
or fetish, or whatever you want to call it.
Fetish, I like that.
That even the jewelry that you give her to beautify herself, she's pawned just so she can go shopping with her girlfriend?
So she can go shopping.
Actually, why you didn't pay the bills instead of buying the jewelry?
Well, now let's talk about you pawning the jewelry first. These are pawn
to pay my bills.
Yes, ma'am.
I pawned it to pay my bills, my car note, and my rent.
Hold on, both of you are talking at the same time.
And that's not just
you
costume
pawned a watch for $350?
Yes, to pay my bills. My rent is $600. My car note is $400. My insurance on my car is $250. Well, $200.
But you work 193 hours, so why you have to pawn the gold watch?
Why? Because my bills are behind.
Ms. Peterson, see, in a minute you're going to let me know that you're not telling me the whole truth about what you're doing with your money and that you're not shopping. Because if you're working like you say, and if you're paying all of the rent, the lights, the gas, etc., then what you just told me about 193 hours and what you just told me about your rent and lights and gas, and he says he's contributing money too, is enough. So if you're behind and you just said you have, what you say, you got lawsuits too?
No, I have a repossession.
And repossessions? And
things that I'm trying to pay off to rebuild my credit.
No,
because
but if you're
I have
behind,
bad credit now.
But if you're behind,
right,
and you got repossessions, you're not spending your paycheck like you say you're spending.
Like he said, though, we were on and off working. So when I, got the job that I'm at now, that I have established my career at, I'm trying now, that's why I'm putting in so many hours, to catch up the back bills when he wasn't trying at all. And I wasn't able to
tell me you're not going shopping with your girlfriend who has the rich boyfriend?
Yeah, I do go shopping. Yes, I do.
When divorce court returns, Sean testifies about the extreme Shantivia will go to get money for shopping.
This just was pawned recently because she had a little shopping spree as usual,
This is all in 1 month.
Oh, yes.
You pawned every piece of jewelry.
Ask her what's on sale. I bet you she can tell you that.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Sean Peterson, who says his wife Shantivia is a shopaholic, who's pawned all the jewelry he's given her just so she'll have money to spend.
Let me see if I can look at the dates on this, and maybe it'll give me some kind of pattern.
Oh, the dates? This just was pawned recently because she had a little shopping spree as usual,
This is all in 1 month.
Oh, yes.
You pawned every piece of jewelry.
In 1 month.
To pay a car note and to pay rent,
chain.
and still took my check. And still took my check to pay the bills along with that. I had to pawn my jewelry to pay my car note and to pay the rent.
So, because your paycheck didn't cover it?
My paycheck couldn't cover it all.
This is all this month.
The reason why that is for this month is because I left the money there.
Now, I'm looking at what you have on now. That's not cheap either.
I mean, I like nice things. That's why I go to work.
She loved them all.
I mean, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. Just like he has some nice things, too.
So you're saying you pawned all of that jewelry this month just so you could pay the bills?
No, I didn't pawn it this month. Those receipts are for this month because we had to pay the interest on it this month.
No, the receipts show...
Yeah, that's for the interest. They gave you new copies for the interest.
So when did you do all this pawning?
That was back in, August, because we went to Cincinnati for the Cincinnati Jazz
you were working
in July.
then, right?
No, just I.
Ask her what's on sale. I bet you she can tell you that.
Is that I don't... The point is, all I can say is the point is that the two of you, this is what the problem is. Two people working. When two people are working, you should be able to sit down together, put your little pennies together, and figure out and pay your expenses immediately.
I agree.
And then use what's left over. Obviously, you didn't do this. When one person is working, that's what happens in a marriage sometimes. You still got to decide what your priorities are. It may mean that you can't go shopping. It may mean that you can't get those things that you would like to get, even though you feel like you're entitled to it.
I should have to pay a light bill when he sits up there and charge up his car battery on my light bill.
Okay, Mrs. Peterson, with that same rationale, you shouldn't have to pay the light bill when he's charging the car battery.
He should pay his own light bill.
He says, I don't have to pay the light bill because he's unemployed. What happens to the children? Somebody has to be an adult and decide what happens to the children.
My kids is going to be well taken care of. That's why we moved back to my mom's house. And so
now you put it all on your mother.
No, I pays my own bills over my mom's house. I pays my mother rent.
But you don't have to pay the light, the gas, the water, and everything
I have to pay on it. I have to give her something on it. She's not going to let me sit there for free.
Than if you have it on yourself.
That's right. If I have a man, then I can understand me having to help him pay the bill. I mean, I can understand me paying, you know what I'm saying, staying there with a man. I could see if I was married and we was staying there and we was taking care of our bills and we was going half and half on the bills. But if I got to go stay with my mom, I can understand paying that too. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay wherever I stay at. But I don't feel I have to pay.
But if there's a man in the house, you're not going to pay everything. That's what you're saying.
You're right. Because he's not going to sit there and live for free.
I didn't say she had to pay.
Not when he went to school for computer science and he has a very good education and all he want to do is sit down and play video games.
Mrs. Peterson, what do you need me to do?
What I need you to do is make sure, I just want to make sure he know that I shouldn't have to pay for the jewelry that I pawned to pay our bills that he lived in and ran up bills too with me.
Where's the proof? I have the proof that you pawned the jewelry. And that's what you're asking for, Mr. Peterson?
Yes, ma'am.
You want your jewelry back?
That is all.
Why would he want the jewelry if he gave it to me?
But where's the proof that what you did with this money?
Because if I don't pay the interest like I just paid it, it would get lost. She pawns the jewelry and doesn't pay the interest. She pawned the jewelry that I bought, then I have to run and pay the interest on it. So
you didn't pay no bills?
Why do you have to pay that?
I did pay the bills.
The interest ain't even half is what I had to pay in rent.
Excuse me, I'm finished with that. I've heard enough. You didn't pay, you did pay, I paid, he paid, all right? I've heard enough.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict. And an update on the case of April Gaddis versus Buddy Gaddis.
Before the ink dried on the divorce papers for your first husband, you were dealing with somebody else.
I was remarried to him, as a matter of fact, before my divorce was even final.
What?
Divorce court is back and the verdict is in the case of Sean Peterson, who says his wife Shantivia would rather go shopping than spend time with him.
Searching for now, Mr. Peterson?
Receipts from bills that I've been paying over the time when she claimed she had to pay the bills. Add receipts right
I bet you ain't none one of them bills over 3 months old.
I'm trying to find this last receipt.
Ain't time to find that last receipt.
Here's the one for the move-in. Here's the one for the gas.
I bet you it ain't nothing in the past. It's all recent.
Here go one for some rental stuff that we're renting. And matter of fact, Your Honor, she went to go start an account to rent something, and when they came to pay to deliver it, who you think paid for it? And who paid
All right, let's be quiet for a minute.
And who paid for the first couple months' rental, Your Honor?
Now wait a minute. What is this receipt for $60? What is this supposed to represent?
That was for the connection
fee of the gas because I no longer put gas in my name.
Okay, so you moved to another place.
Exactly.
And I would not put any gas, lights, or anything in my name.
Okay, that was in September.
Right.
All right, so he paid that.
And I just bought a new refrigerator and stove also. I forgot those receipts.
And I'm so proud of him.
But I didn't get it.
He did it for the last 3 months. He bought something.
But I didn't get a penny on it.
So what you're saying is that, all right,
like I said, it just
also pay her car note. And this month, with all of those bills I just paid, still pay her car note once she run to the mall.
You paid my car note?
No, that's what you wanted. I'm not doing it.
Well, he didn't do it.
You're right. I agree.
All right, Mr. Peterson, Mrs. Peterson. What she's saying is she acknowledges that in the last 3 months, she's taken her money and she has not paid all of the expenses because she's left it up to you. And she acknowledges that these receipts, she admits, yes, you paid it, because she left it all up to you. But in August, you didn't pay, is what Mrs. Peterson is saying. You got some receipts to show me what you paid in August?
Before then?
No, ma'am, not with me.
Did you give this jewelry to her?
Your Honor, no, a lot of that jewelry, some of the jewelry, yes.
Answer my question, yes or no, that's all it calls for. Did you give it to her?
It's a yes or no answer, because all that jewelry on there is not hers. Some of it is mine.
What jewelry on there is yours?
Did I take it off you while you were asleep, or did you hand it to me? Because he knew them bills had to be paid. He took it off his wrist and handed it to me.
I gave it to her
Tell me which piece of jewelry is yours?
You're scared of me.
Which piece of jewelry is yours?
A watch, a ring, a bracelet, and a chain.
Well, that's everything here.
Okay.
No, it's 2 more bracelets.
The bracelets and the wedding ring.
It's 2 more receipts that I forgot to bring with me, Your Honor.
So you have a watch, a ring, a bracelet, and a chain. The other stuff you gave to her?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And the money was used to pay bills?
No, ma'am.
Oh, yes, it was. Did you live there?
I lived there because I paid the rent there.
All right, I can't, you know what? You don't have receipts to prove to me that the money wasn't used to pay bills. Mrs. Peterson, you don't have receipts to prove to me that the money was used to pay bills. But guess what? It doesn't matter. Because if you got the money during the marriage, and even if she used it to go buy her 10 outfits, it's still community money because she went and bought something for herself. All right?
I could take her money and go buy an outfit, Your Honor.
If you can get it out of my pocket.
Excuse me, what was the question?
I said so I could take her money and just go buy an outfit with it,
Sure,
right?
you could. If you had it, you could do it.
Yeah, you're right.
If she put it in the bank and you got it, you could do it. But unfortunately, the two of you didn't put your monies together and pay your bills and do like you should. So that's the result of it. So now you can go get the jewelry out the pawn shop. That's yours. Now, since your name is the only name on this receipt, Mrs. Peterson, you must approve of this, because they can't give it back to him because you turned it in. So I'm ordering you to go with him to get the jewelry out and to give it to him, the pieces that belong to Mr. Peterson. That's the order of the court. Court's adjourned.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of April Gaddis versus Buddy Gaddis.
She was sleeping around with my sister's boyfriend.
I walked in there, and they were having intercourse. They were giggling and moaning and everything else.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. Buddy Gaddis wanted to divorce his wife April because she was unfaithful.
Before the ink dried on the divorce papers for your first husband, you were dealing with somebody else.
I was remarried to him, as a matter of fact, before my divorce was even final.
What?
Yes.
So you're a bigamist?
She was sleeping around with my sister's boyfriend.
I walked in there, and they were having intercourse. They were giggling and moaning and everything else.
She has no proof of what I have and have not done.
And April said living with Buddy wasn't easy.
I had to tell him to take a bath. I'd have to tell him to brush his teeth.
Tell me she's lying.
She is.
If I've ever wanted to hear those words, I want to hear them now. Hey, Joe, you want to know whether he's smelling clean or not?
Not that interested, Your Honor.
Joe said he'll take your word for it. So will I.
Buddy said he wanted their wedding rings back because April didn't deserve them. The judge ordered April to give Buddy the rings.
Give him all those wedding rings. Oh, Joe, get her out of here quick. No, I'm not, no, stop. Give her the rings back. You won't get away with that in this court. Give her the rings back. Now you hand him those rings in a polite manner like you have good sense.
April says Buddy wants to take a paternity test and take sole custody of their son. Buddy also has a new girlfriend and a new baby on the way.
The kind of woman that I'll be looking for is someone like my mom, someone with a good level head on her shoulders. Hopefully we'll just deal with each other on the children on a nice level head basis, and that'll be it, hopefully.
I think every woman should be a shopaholic. If she's not, she should be. We deserve our best.